There we go. Hey guys, it's Florida Aquaman here, and I'm out in St. Petersburg, Florida, and we're getting ready to do some mullet fishing. The plan is today I want to get about 100 mullet. So we got the cooler full of ice. You see we got the nets right over there. We're set to go. All right guys, so the boat's dead, so I got one of these. These things are gold. This is a jump start. I'm telling you, this thing has probably saved me thousands of dollars from not going. You know, you get out there, the battery's dead. So we're gonna give it a quick jump real quick. I mean, I don't know what people did before these little jump starter boxes. My dad's got a charger that charges boats, and it's got wheels on it. The thing's so big, like it's an old school one. But I mean, best thing that's ever been invented right there. All right guys, so we got a nice high tide today. It seems like every time I come out here I get a high tide, so pretty cool. Look at that, they got even rods and reels. Looks like they're going fishing. This is the fishing group. It's actually, if they go over to that island right there, it's not that bad. There's a decent amount of reds down there. So it's summertime out here in Florida, and a lot of people don't fish mullet in the summer because it's a lot harder to catch them. Usually like your really hardcore mullet fishermen will still fish them because the price is usually higher than when it's like fall and winter, because there's not as much fish because supply and demand. In the summer, you got to be on it. You have to be really good. To make any amount of money mullet fishing in the summer, you got to be really good. Whereas if you go into fall and winter, you know, if you can open a net and drop it by the boat, you're probably gonna catch some mullet. So, all right, let's go see if we can find them here. Send it. So if you guys watched my last video, I was in a 38-foot Wellcraft center console, and that thing rode like so nice, and now I'm back in this thing and it's beating me up. So I got spoiled for a little bit, getting all beat up out here because these Carolina skiffs, they beat you up. All right, so we're gonna take a look here. It wasn't too bad of a run. Ain't that big. And we got them. We got a bunch of them. There you go. Net folded on itself though. There we go. Look at them all right here. As you can see, seeing those trees? Look, there's literally mullet right there. They're beelining straight for the trees as soon as I throw the net. They got a place to go. Whereas if the tide wasn't high, they would beeline out. So when they start beelining for the trees, you got to get really close shots to the trees, and it makes it hard because you hang up your net, all that good stuff. It makes it really challenging, but I finally got a decent throw. We'll let the smaller ones go like that. That one don't look good. We'll keep that one. That one. I got them. Sure I don't get this stuck in the trolling motor. Bigger ones though, huh? Got a couple in there. Some big ones too. We need to go back in there and find that big school again. That was a huge school. Look at that one right there. Stood. Ooh. It's a big old mullet. That one's kind of small. We're gonna get rid of that one. We got him. We got him. You can see a couple big ones in there. We gotta get these in. We got them. Oh my goodness, look at them all right here. It's crazy. We got to get this in quick. We got a bunch right here. We got a bunch down there too. Got him that time. Look at that right there. Oh, I got him. That's a good throw. See them all? Oh, he got out. One got out. Let's see what we got here. There we go. There we go. I got him that time. Look at that. That throw in half or what? Oh, look at the shark. Shark right there trying to eat him. See that? Oh, that's crazy. There was a bull shark came. Look at this. Come here. That's nuts. There we go. Got a decent throw, huh? Look at this. Not bad. All right, guys, so this is gonna be my last throw of the day. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a breakdown of commercial mullet fishing, how much they pay per pound of mullet, because I get a lot of people asking me that. And if you guys have old prices that they used to pay back in the day, comment, let me know. That I'm super curious about that compared to what it is today versus what it used to be, you know, maybe back in the day when they used to run gill nets. So let me know the price in the comments, what it was. I'll give you guys a realistic kind of expectation, what you guys need with a license for the state, because you do need a special license in order to keep a commercial quantity of mullet. What you need to sell mullet legally if you want to sell it to people versus selling to the market. I'm going to break that all down for you guys, so stay tuned for that. All right, guys, so we're back at the house, and I want to show you these mullet. These are actually mullet that I caught the day after. You can see they're really nice size. I did not videotape that, because sometimes I like going and just not worrying about the camera. You know, just go out there and kind of enjoy it. And let me first say that that is the first reason I do this, is because I enjoy it. I do not do it for money at all. And let me say, commercial fishing nowadays, there's not much money in it. I'm not saying you can't make money, but there's a lot of other ways nowadays that you can do a lot better than fishing. I do it for pure enjoyment. Now, it is nice to have a little bit come in, you know, to cover the boats and the nets, because it does get expensive, you know. Those mullet nets are not cheap, you know, a lot of them are over $300. Fuel in the boat, stuff that breaks, trolling motors. You can see, look, I'm rebuilding a trolling motor right here, you know. I got the nets hanging, drying out, so there's a lot of cost to it, you know. So I'm going to give you guys a breakdown in Florida for what you need for commercial license, because I don't hear it really talked about, and people don't give you the breakdown of what you need. So let me first say that I have a lot of tilapia videos where I go tilapia fishing, and that is about the least licenses you need, because you can have a commercial freshwater license. It's only $25, and with that you can legally catch, sell unlimited tilapia you want. So I could literally go to the lake, catch tilapia, and I can go sell it to people on the street, and I'm 100% legal to do that. Now, in order to do that with mullet, first of all, you have to have an SPL license, they call it, for Florida, and that does not let you catch an unlimited quantity of mullet. You have to have an RS endorsement, which they call a restricted species endorsement. And in order to get that, you have to sell $5,000 worth of fish that are not restricted in a 12-month period. So you have to qualify for it. You can't just go buy it like you can a freshwater license. And it's extremely hard to sell $5,000 worth of fish in a 12-month period that are unrestricted, because you can only sell things like jacks, bait fish. I've heard of people selling things like sand fleas to qualify it. But what a lot of people will do is they'll go work on another person's boat, and the income from that can be used to qualify for the restricted species endorsement. So let me just say that. First off, you have to get that, which is extremely hard to get. And then on top of that, you cannot go sell to people on the streets. I have to sell to a wholesale market if I have that license, unless I have a wholesale dealer license, and that allows me to sell to people if I also purchase a retail license. So I have to purchase 2 additional licenses to sell to people, and that costs about $500 to $550 in licenses additional, and that's per year to sell saltwater fish to people. And even on top of that, you're probably supposed to have a business license depending on what county you're in to conduct business to sell fish. So there is a lot to selling fish in Florida. And when you start paying for those licenses and you start getting the gear, I will say, do it because you enjoy it. That's all I gotta say. It's not a high dollar thing. Mullet, a price that's good for mullet right now is about $1.30 a pound is a fair price, and that's on the higher end. A lot of places will pay only $1 depending on where you go. I get anywhere from $1.30 to sometimes $1.50 depending what I have, so that's something to keep in mind. If you're retail selling the fish, sometimes I've heard people getting up to $3 a pound, but you have to have that additional wholesale license and the retail license in order to get that, so that's something to keep in mind. The also big thing with fish is you got to sell it fresh and it spoils. So my recommendation, if you guys want to get into this and you want to get serious about it and you want to make it somewhat profitable, I would try to get your fish sold before you go out. That's what a lot of people do. You know, if you're going out on Monday, you know, text your buyer, be like, hey, I'm headed out. What do you need? What do you want? So that way you don't get stuck with fish, you know. And you got to scurry to sell it, because that's when you get the lower price, you know. When you're stuck with stuff, you got a cooler full and you're not getting the price you want, sometimes you have to take a lower price and it really hits your bottom line. So that kind of something to keep in mind. You guys can do the math. I caught about 130 pounds of mullet that day. I got 2 baskets that were full. I'm getting $1.50 a pound. You know, my fuel was not that expensive. I was only burning 5 gallons of boat fuel, and it's come down quite a bit. So that's only about $18. And in truck fuel, I only burned about $18. So you're looking at, you know, 160, 170 You know, nothing broke that day, but, you know, in the future it definitely can. You know, I rip a net, break a trolling motor, you know, you're not making any money at all. And that's summertime mullet. Keep that in mind. If you guys go out in the fall, the winter, when they're really running thick, you know, you can go out and get 1,000 pounds. People go net them up and they load them up, but usually the price really drops. And, you know, fishermen just, it's hard nowadays. I will just say that, because the regulations are so thick. You know, a lot of people don't eat fish like they used to, so they're getting stuff that's not from Florida. You know, they're getting stuff that's shipped overseas, so it's really hard nowadays. Not saying you can't. Now, if you go out there and work hard, you know, you can definitely make some money, but there's a lot of other things you can be doing, working a lot less harder and making a lot more money. So do it because it's something you enjoy. I'll just leave it at that, and that's all I got for you guys. This is Florida Aquaman, and I'm out till next time.